The untold story of Ricky Jackson. 43 years in prison for a crime he never committed. This is not a movie, it's not a novel, it's not a fiction. This is America's longest and most heartbreaking wrongful conviction ever recorded. And the man at the center of it is Ricky Jackson. The beginning of a nightmare, Cleveland, Ohio. A quiet, working class neighborhood. 18 years old, Ricky Jackson was like any other American teenager. Humble, respectful, deeply attracted to his family, he had never even traveled far from his home, let alone had trouble with the law. He dreamed of love, of college, of building a life, but the life he dreamed of was stolen in a single day. The murder that changed everything. One afternoon in 1975, a local shopkeeper was shot and killed during a robbery. The police needed a suspect and they needed one fast. But they had no murder weapon, no fingerprints, no forensic evidence, no adult eyewitness. Just a boy, Eddie Vernon, aged 12, a child who said under pressure, "I saw Ricky Jackson shoot the man." And with those 8 words, a false narrative was born. A lie that would chain an innocent man for 43 long years. The courtroom, no justice, only judgment. Despite the total absence of physical evidence, despite the unreliable, uncollaborated testimony of a scared 12 years old boy, Ricky Jackson was found guilty. And not just guilty, sentenced to death by the court. Let that sink in. An 18 years old, barely a man, had never seen the inside of a college, never fallen in love, was now locked in a death row, waiting for his punishment he did not deserve. The death sentence was later reduced to life imprisonment, but the horror never ended. 50,000 days, 43 years, one innocent man. Ricky Jackson was transferred from prison to prison year after year. He spent more than 4 decades staring at concrete walls, grieving the outside world he could never see again. He missed the funeral of loved ones. He missed the laughter of his niece and nephews. He missed every moment that defies a life. And all this because a child was forced to lie.
I mean, something inside you is going to give if you don't feel like that. You have to. I mean, like I said, I'm so elated to be here, happy to be alive, I got a lot of people to thank, and I'm really grateful.
2011, the confession that shocked the system.
I went through 39 years of incarceration because of some things that you put in motion.
Right.
Throughout the years, did you ever think about me?
Yeah, I wanted to trade places because I said it should be me instead of them. And as I grew up, I was depressed, suicidal. It ate me up so much inside, man.
I used to think about you a lot. Hatred, loathing. I even used to fantasize about ways that I was going to kill you. We didn't have any physical evidence to bring back into court. It was just...
Decades passed. The world changed, but inside Eddie Vernon, the boy who lied, something began to stir. Now, a grown man, guilt overwhelmed him. His conscience could no longer carry the weight of that lie. He returned to the court and finally spoke the truth. I did not see Ricky shoot anyone. I lied.
You just dismissed the case against you, so that has its twist. But everybody did a good job here. I'm proud of everybody. Thank you. That's all.
All right. I was just scared, little boy. The police told me what to say. This statement hits the justice system like an earthquake. The case was opened. 2014. Freedom finally. After 43 years, on November 21, 2014, Ricky Jackson walked freely. His hair was now grey, his hands shook. His back was bent with the age and suffering, but his soul remained unbroken, unshaken. As reporters surrounded him, one asked, "Do you hate those who wronged you?" Ricky smiled sadly and replied, "No, I have never hated anyone. If I did not learn to forgive, I had still be in prison." Just in another way. Justice too late. The state of Ohio awarded Ricky Jackson $1 million in compensation. $1 million for 43 years. But can a lifetime of stolen youth can be priced ever? Can you put a dollar sign on missed birthdays, lost love for decades of sunlight behind the bars? A lesson for all of us. This is not just a story about a man. It's a story about a system where one lie can destroy a life, a system where justice can be slow, flawed, and unforgiving. It reminds us of how important it is to speak the truth, resist pressure and power, protect the innocent, because one false testimony can become a lifelong prison for someone else. Our prayers for protection. As you step out of your house today, remember Ricky Jackson and pray, "Ya Allah, write ease in my destiny. Save me from the paths where unseen harm hides."
And there was a finding of guilty at that point, and Mr. Jackson actually was sentenced to death in the state penitentiary, and the appeals at least took that away from the state. But since then, there's been a motion.
Connect me to the unseen good that only you can see, because in this world, we never know when fate can turn on single lie. Ricky Jackson, the man who forgave a lie.
Feel right now. I'm just glad to be out, glad to be a free man.
What are you going to do? Where are you going to go?
Wow. I mean, you know, you sit in prison for so long, you think about this day, but when it actually comes, you don't know what you just want to do something, you know, besides what you've been doing for 39 years.
Okay. How excited are you to see Ronnie and Wiley?
Well, I really haven't got a chance to meet him yet, see him yet. I saw him briefly in the courtroom, but I'm dying to meet him. I want to embrace him and hug him. Excuse me. Because we've been through a lot together, and we made it. You know, we're here, we made it. Just because you're in prison, you don't have to be a prisoner. You got to be a man, you know? And you got to get yourself together regardless of what the circumstances are, and you got to press forward. You know you're innocent, and you got to keep fighting, you know?
What's your first meal you're going to have? What have you been thinking
Wow,
about?
everybody asks that. I mean, I don't really, as long as it's not prison food. You know?
A story of pain, a story of patience, a story of strength that defies injustice. Subscribe.
Just happy to see people, you know, for real.
What are your thoughts about the people who got you here in the first place 39 years ago, the people who said you did it when you didn't?
Well, I guess a lot of people will want me to hate that person and carry animosity towards him, but I don't. You know, people have to remember that they see him as a grown man today, but in 75, he was a 12-year-old kid. And he was manipulated and coerced by the police, you know, and they used him. They used him to get us in prison. So as far as that young man is concerned, I wish him the best. I don't hate him. I don't. Yes, it does.